Hi, in this video we'll give you an overview of the Cashofy point of sale solution. So we'll talk about how to create products in the system, how to set up your company, how to manage inventory, how to create different stores, and how to get kickstarted with adding your first sales. So before we get into these specific sessions, let me just first give you an overview of the system. So this is the initial dashboard which gives you the different stores or the cash registers that you've created. Then there is sales tab. Now sales tab has sales orders, sales sessions, product, and I'll explain this in detail. Then you have purchases, report settings, accounting, and getting started. So let's get started with the step-by-step guide. This is a very easy method to kind of set up your system. The first step in this guide is setting up your company. So just click on the company details part. You'll be taken to your company details. So you can add the name of your company here. So I can say that this is the Grocery Co. Then add the company tagline, the company address, email, and other such details. You can also add the GSTN number of your company. Finally, you can add the logo of your company here, which will be reflected on the invoices. So let me just press save here and come back to the step-by-step guide. So once you've added your company, the second step is adding the product. Now you have two options. You can add the product either manually or you can import it via Excel. So let's add the product manually first. You can see that there are certain products that have been already added to this Grocery Co. Let me create a new product. So the first step is to add a new product. So I can just say the name of the product is Pine. Then I need to define whether I need to maintain inventory of this product or not. So if you do not want to maintain inventory, just choose consumables. Otherwise, if you want to maintain inventory, you can choose this as a stockable product. And then you can see that there is a new button that's added on the top. So just select update quantity on hand, and you can select the warehouse or shop in which this product is placed, and then you can also add the quantity on hand. So let's say that we have 30 pieces of pine available with us. Then I need to add the product code, select whether it's a good or service. I can also choose the taxes. Now the taxes above are the taxes which are applied on the invoices. If you choose to create an invoice, the POS taxes are the ones that are applied on the receipt. In most cases, for retail shop, POS taxes will be applicable, and you can choose what type of taxes apply here. So let me just select CGST 2.5% and SGST 2.5%. Please note that these taxes will be automatically applied on the receipt once you create an order. Then you can choose the point of sale category. You can pre-select from the existing categories available, or you can create a new category. So let's say I want to add this to fruits. Then you can select the HSN SSE code. This is optional. You can also add the sale price and the cost. And finally choose the unit. So let me click on save. So the moment I click on save, you see that the product has been added by name of Pine. Now there is no picture to this product. You can easily add picture by clicking this button, edit button here, and you can add an image as well. So a product has been created. Now moving on to the next step. So once you have added all your products, you need to add your customers. So again, you can either manually add your customers or import the customers via Excel. So let me add my customers manually. So the two customers who have already been created in the system, let me create a third customer. So let's say this customer is Jack. You can add the street address, city, state, zip code, country. Similarly, you can add the other details as well and just save the customer. So when I get back to the customers, I see that the customer has been added in the system. Coming back to the step-by-step guide, the last step is your sales. So if you're setting up the system for the first time and you're just starting up, you need not add sales. But if you were running a previous shop and you import your previous sales, you can import them via Excel, or you can also manually add your sales by clicking this button. So that was the initial setup. Let me now explain you all the options that are available in the system to you. So the first option, as you can see, is the dashboard. Now this option gives you all the available stores or cash registers that are available with you. So you can create session from the dashboard itself. So right now in this system I have two stores, store 1 and store 2, and to start any of the, or to work on any of the stores, I can just create a new session. There are options available for each of the stores. You can view the session, sales orders and reports as well. The second tab is sales. Now sales has two options. One is the sales order and the sales sessions. So let me explain you what is the difference. So every time a salesperson logs into the system and he needs to create a new session, a sales session, and whatever sales are made in that session will be reflected in a sales session. So something that is finalized and converted into an order will be reflected in a sales order. Then the other two options are products and customers, which we already discussed. Then comes the purchases. So under purchases you have vendor bills. Vendor bills refer to all the purchases that you have made either for the goods or other sundry expenses like your electricity bill, water bills and other small payments that you have made. You can also add your vendors here, and if you want to do a full-fledged management of the inventory, you can go to manage inventory section. Then there are reports that are available, and then finally settings. So let's start by doing the first sale. So if I want to do it with store 1, I just create a new session here. The system will set up the session and all the products that you had in the POS system will be reflected here. Now this is a completely touchscreen interface that you can use. So let's say a customer comes and he buys potato, spinach, mango. You can also select from the different categories to filter easily. So let's say these were the 3 products that were purchased by the customer. If you want to add the discount, you can click the discount button, give the discount to the customer. Then you can see that you have multiple orders available. So if you want to add another order, you can create multiple sessions in the same window. So order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 have been created. If you want to delete a particular order, you can simply click the negative icon and delete the order. It asks a confirmation whether you want to delete the order, and if you say confirm, that order will be wiped off. So let me just create another order. So I have 3 or 4 products added. Now these products which have been added manually can also be done easily by barcode. You can attach any standard barcode scanner to the system and it will automatically punch in all the products that have been scanned via the barcode. So the next step here is you need to proceed to the payment. So once you proceed to the payment, you need to select the payment method. So for example, the customer has paid in cash. So you choose cash as a payment option, and then you can also select the customer. So let's say we have Jack who purchased this product, so you can select Jack. You can also set invoice. So if you want to create an invoice, you can just activate this part and an invoice will also be generated along with the receipt. So once you have selected or made all the changes, you can click on validate. So the moment you click on validate, you can see a receipt has been generated. Also taxes has been added for all the products, so CGST, SGST and the total. as well as the discount amount is visible here. And in terms of header, you can see the grocery company, your address is visible. So you can simply print this receipt with any kind of printer available with you. And once you are done, you can go to the next order. Now on this dashboard, as you can see, there is this green color icon which says that the system is currently connected to the internet. Now Cashofy is a cloud-based system, so you can access it from multiple locations, different stores, and all everything is stored in the same database. In case you lose internet connectivity, then also the system will work. It works in an offline mode, and once you're connected to the internet, then you click on close and confirm the session, and then automatically things will be synced with the online database you have set up. So I think that is all about the main Windows screen of the system. You can also search the products easily through this bar. Once you have made the sales, you can click on close. So the moment you close, the session will be closed. Now you can see that the session which we have closed is live right now. If you want to finalize the sales that have been done to the session, you can just click on the validate or finalize button here, and through that you can finalize all the transactions. You can see the summary here which gives you the session ID, the starting balance, the transaction subtotal, and the ending balance. So let me just validate and close the session. So once I do that, the ending balance is automatically updated and validated. So this is how you create a session. Now if you go to sales and see the sessions, you can see all the sessions that have been conducted so far, and you'll also see the person who has accessed those sessions. In terms of orders, you can see all the orders that have been placed by the customer, their amount, the total value. So in all 48,000 worth of orders, as you can see, have been placed by the customers. Now let's say you have a customer who wants to return certain products. So you can go on any particular order. Let me choose this order. So this is the order that we just created. Now if the customer wants to return the products, you can just click on the return products button, and you'll then get an option to kind of edit the order, and all the products will be returned. So that is how you can return the products. Then moving on, you can create the vendor bills also in the system. So you can choose the name of the vendor invoice number, the place of supply. You can add products. So for example, if you have purchased potatoes, you can add the quantity here, the discount amount, and just validate. So this is how you can easily create the vendor bills. You can also add any payments that have been made to the vendors, manage the inventories. So let's come to the reports part. So in the reports, you can see the orders that have been received by your company till date. You can easily apply filters by date, by day, or by month, and get the complete breakup. So it's extremely easy to filter. You can also filter by salesperson, you can filter by warehouse. So there's more like a pivot that you can use to analyze all the data. Then comes the complete sales details. So you can publish this whole report in form of PDF. So just choose the start date and end date and click the print button. So you can see that the complete sales report is available in terms of what payments have received, which products have been sold for that particular dates. Then come the settings tab. Now in the settings tab, the first option is stores and registers. So let's say that you have different cash registers in the same store, or if you have multiple stores, so that can be added easily by the stores and registers option. So I can create a new store. Let's say I open up a store 3. I can choose the picking type, which refers to where is the warehouse location and from where will be the goods sold. So just choose POS orders here, and you can also choose the stock location. Then in terms of payment method, you can choose which payment methods will be applicable. You can also in fact create new methods including credit card, cash and other ways. In terms of features, you have multiple options available. You can set up a virtual keyboard for the cashier for using this product. You can set up invoicing. You can say that you want to pre-fill the cash payment option. Then you can choose the start category. You can choose the tip product. Now tip product is typically the product in which all the tips will get into. So if you're a restaurant and the customer is giving tips on every third or fourth product, so that tip will be added in the tip product. If you want to include taxes in the prices, you can do so by doing like selecting automatic receipt printing. You won't be showed the receipt will be automatic printed, so this kind of saves time for the cashier. Then you can also say display category pictures. It will show you the category pictures. Now there are more options that we have given on the hardware and proxy block, which we'll talk about in the advanced video. But basically this helps you set up the barcode scanner and barcode printer. Then comes the cash control option. Now this will be useful if you want to set up an opening and closing cash balance for every salesman or every cashier. So you just click the cash control option, and then every time you create a new session or a new order, you need to first provide what is the starting balance, and then you have to also reconcile the ending balance. So once you have added all the options, selected all the features, you can just click on save, and when you go back to the dashboard, you will see that another store has been created and transactions for these stores will be recorded separately. Then comes the basic settings. So you can choose whether you want to set up the system for shops or whether you want to set up the system for restaurants. Then again, on the discounts, you can say that you want to provide discounts on individual items or you want to provide discount on the complete order. Then you can say that whether the cashier can reprint the receipts or not. So this is the option that you can provide to the cashier. Then product categories, again you can see all the different product categories, and you can add new product categories if you want to. Then you can add payment methods via this option. So this was a basic overview of the system, how to set up the system, how to use the system for creating your sales, and we'll also briefly touch upon the accounting part. So by going into the accounting dashboard, which is something that you can do by clicking here, you can see your complete accounting. So you can do your tax filings as well via the POS system. You can file your GST return, ITR, TDS return via the system, and your complete sales are transferred to the GST filing software, which is integrated with the Cashofy system, so you need not prepare anything manually. Secondly, as you were doing your sales, all the journal entries and all the accounting was being done automatically in the backend. So if I were to show you the journal entries, so you can see the purchase that we did and the sales that we did via the POS system has been recorded automatically by the system. And not only that, all the reports have also been created. So your profit and loss statement, your trial balance, your receivables, partner ledgers, everything is available for the accountant. So Cashofy POS system is not only a simple point of sale solution, it integrates completely with the accounting dashboard and also generates all the financial statements and reports for you. So this was it. In this video we talked about how to set up your company, how to set up different products, and how to create sales. There are subsequent videos coming up in which we'll talk about how to set up your cash register, or basically how to set up the balances for each and every stores, and also manage the different inventories. Okay.